And it's like Marshall McLuhan talked about the global village, that eventually as our and they say the world gets smaller. Well, Marshall McLuhan coined the phrase the global village, in that as our communication comes faster and we can travel faster, and the internet's making it possible that rather that we see other countries and stuff being separate from us. Remember on the Jetsons where Elroy used to like take a field trip to Russia? It was no big deal with his school, and so it's that kind of idea where it's no longer this big planet with different countries and these huge cities, but we're all part of this one village called Earth. Oh, here comes a new world order, hey, and the Jews are behind it, hey, conspiracy. It's a scam by the Rothschilds. It's a scam by the elite. They're trying to hoodwink us. So anyhow, that's how I'm trying to hoodwink you, because I'm a spokesman for the New World Order. So anyway, the planet becomes more like the global village. Okay, you follow? All right. So this really, really large neighborhood watch. So I would like to see at least start with the United States, and then other countries that have this. It could grow. Every single public, now mind you, public, I'm not talking about like 1984 where your television has a camera looking back at you. Some computers do, and there's ways that people can hack into a computer with a webcam. I've heard of this, and the person with the right hacking skills can hack into your computer, and if your webcam is on, they can watch you. So I say, put something over your webcam when you're not using it. But I'm not talking about that. I'm saying public security cameras. And in fact, law enforcement could put more security cameras. They could be hooked to the security cameras to the banks. Everywhere there is a public camera, that should be available on this website. And you could probably navigate it by like using a map and going, okay, I want to see what's here, and then use Google Maps to zoom in closer. In a way, that's sort of Google Maps, except it's not in real time. And this way, you're not putting it in the hands of law enforcement. You're putting it in the hands of everybody. That's what makes it the global village. When we all lived in a village, it was harder for somebody to get away with something. Everybody knew that you were the village idiot. Everybody knew that you were the town drunk. Everybody knew that you were the harlot or the adulterer. Now, a lot of us are like glad it's not like that anymore. But it's our anonymity. Look at trolls on the internet. It's our anonymity that allows bad behavior. And I think the best, instead of having the law, maybe it's, well, I'll kick this around a little bit. I think some psychology studies need to be made. Rather than having the authorities, the military or the police department, be the ones that round people up. They'll still be needed, but truly being judged by your peers. Okay, so a lot of people, it's like people who listen to police scanners. You could be killing time at home, going da 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 da, looking around. Oh, I see a crime being committed, and then you could report it. That way you don't have to pay people to monitor all these cameras. The citizens monitor. It's like the world's biggest neighborhood watch. And I shall name this network the Gladys Kravitz Network, after that famous nosy neighbor on that great television program, Bewitched. The Gladys Kravitz Network. What would that be? GKN. Take it out of the hands of Big Brother and call it, wouldn't be Big Brother, but it would be, I don't know, the global village busybodies. I don't know what we would call it. Big cousin. Big neighbor. Oh, so that was one of the things I was going to talk about on last Fez Night. So talk amongst yourselves. Hey, I figured out a way. Apparently, I think I can use my Sony webcam, so I can go on Blog TV, but I still have to run a test. I don't know whether I'm getting any sound. I got a picture when I tried it. Excuse me again. So I need somebody like I'm thinking I'm going to have Scott Barfly Brooks help me with this. I'll get on there. I'll get on the phone with him. Get on the internet or something. Get on Blog TV, and see if he can hear me, because I don't know whether I'm getting any sound. And if you want to, somebody like leave something in the comments section. I'm not going to do this all the time. Look, it's no secret. I hate Blog TV. I really don't enjoy it. And it's no offense to my friends that when they post something on Blog TV, but I just like to watch. That's why I like the YouTube format. I watch the video, and then I leave a comment if I want. Blog TV, there's too much going on. Plus, all these technical problems. Most of the time, the sound sucks. There's this echo. It's just chaos. And then meanwhile, you're watching the comments and then trying to watch the performer. And then there's another screen. There's just... For me, spending an hour on Blog TV watching somebody is exhausting as long as I'm trying to interact. And I can't help it. Once I'm there, I'm trying to interact, And I just find it exhausting. So I don't like Blog TV. I really don't. But there's part of me that said, I think I could do that. I think I could host a Blog TV. And it would probably be not so bad. It might be sort of an alternative to Fez Night. So any of you that are interested, that think you would like to go to Blog TV and watch a Fez Night, I'd hate to schedule a Blog TV and have nobody show up. So I'm thinking about it. But first I have to find out whether I can get some sound or not. Okay? What was in the news? Bonnie sent me, Miss Anthropic, sent me a link to the anyway, that NBC cable channel, MSNBC, I guess, and something about this huge chunk of ice. I mean, like tremendous. Like there hasn't been a chunk broke off since the 1920s, off the polar ice cap. As usual, I don't have all the facts in my head. But just Google giant chunk of ice. And of course, the article was very fair. It didn't say this was a sign of global warming, but it's also not a sign that it's not. And man, every time I talk about climate change, it just opens up this big can of worms. And I get some new person gunning, and I tell you, I've been down this road before. Please don't send me anything unless I have to just say, there's just so much misinformation, disinformation, spin, and propaganda that I have to make my criteria, my filter. See, that's a problem. So many people on the internet get all bugged out and confused, and you can see all these conspiracy theorists and these people, I did my research on the internet, I've spent hours, but the internet's so full of garbage. And these people, I feel, don't have the background or the education to discern crap from good, from actual gold.